Good evening, and thanks for giving me an opportunity to come and tell something about what we are doing in ONDC. Just before me, we had Avinash, coming from a company which is 160-year-old. 180, sorry. More than 180, let's take it. And now I represent a company which is about 180 days old, or a little less than that. And with a very tall promise of democratizing e-commerce, a tall promise of being the flag bearer in digitization of commerce in the world. You heard from my colleague in the afternoon how ONDC would help and so on and so forth, and how to become a part of the ONDC, so I'm not going into detail again, especially when you consider that it's time to have dinner. So if I see what's the long-term vision eventually of this young company in transforming commerce, is that in future, in the months and years to come, we will see a change in the way we digital participation of enterprises will happen. Every enterprise which has a product or service which has a catalog, because it's relevant to a broad cross-section of people, will make their catalog visible in the open network using ONDC protocol to be discovered and for the order to be consummated, fulfilled, paid for, and post-order fulfillment issues to be taken up. And they will do that purely like today we list our website with information. So tomorrow we will all list our products and catalogs, not for listing, not as a yellow pages, but as a transaction platform, because ONDC protocol is commerce aware. There will be different kinds of buying platform which will be there to help their clients to buy what is relevant. For example, a bank may directly or indirectly may come and say that they want to help their banking consumers, banking clients to buy a variety of products, which could be food, which could be consumer products, which could be travel, which could be hotel, which could be hailing a taxi, or it could be buying an air ticket. Because all the service provider will be visible in the open network. That is a long-term ambition. But where are we today? While all the people who are sitting here are the users of digital commerce, whether it's in food or consumer goods, it is only about, if you look at the market as a whole, it's about 5 to 6% participation on the buy side. And the sell side, maybe 2-3%. So we are talking about a complete transformation of this sector. And it is going to be a journey. You heard from Rahul in the morning how this democratization will take place, how multiple seller platform would come to help their sellers to be visible. Some of you may come by yourself. While this network will give everybody an equal opportunity, everybody do not have the same capability. So in addition to this technology enablement that we do, we are on a mission to help the MSMEs to really take advantage of this opportunity, to leverage this scam. Some of this are coming short term, some may take medium term. But let me share some of the things that we are trying to do, to essentially find ways to enhance the market access, because the network will be given the market access. But for that, you need different kind of support. We are trying to work with the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises. We have sort of agreed that the enterprises who are not ready to be present in the digital economy need a hand-holding support. Can there be funding support and technical support to provide for that, and can there be a budget set aside, and which I think is going to come soon. We are working with many developmental financial institutions. SIDBI has come out with a mechanism to help their ecosystem, small and big, to be participating. In fact, they've taken fantastic initiative and already brought many and are in the process of helping many more to come. Same is case with the MSME. with NABARD. And even the Agricultural Ministry under SFAC, probably some of you would have heard the announcement by the Prime Minister yesterday because of the excitement that he saw, that the SFAC has enabled 1,600 plus FPOs. And today, in fact, I was having a meeting with the Agricultural Ministry Secretary and the team. And they said, how do we enhance the market access? Okay, the platform will provide for that, but there are something more than the platform, like hand-holding support on even deciding on the best packaging strategy. Because if somebody has been using to, familiar with selling in their own cluster, in those small area, geographic area, but now that if they are going to send it across the country, they need to have a different packaging approach, both in terms of its sturdiness and in terms of its attractiveness and in terms of its personality. And they need to know how to do the documentation, many of them don't even know how to create a barcode for handling the documentation for shipping across the country, because it's going to go through multiple channels of logistics providers. So that is the journey that we are working towards, even many other and even philanthropic organizations have all come together to collaborate in enhancing this market access, because open network provide for an opportunity which was not there. Because today in the platform world, there are few platforms, they decide who can be in the platform, they decide what should be the advertising strategy, what should be the advertising budget, what should be the commission, what should be the way it can be promoted and everything. The original producers have significantly less control and very limited amount of information with respect to their market. Whereas in an open network, that situation is going to completely change. And you just heard Avinash explaining the next dimension that it has to have is to build a credibility, a trust. Let's assume that there is a manufacturer from Chandigarh who was, who has been selling in and around Punjab and Haryana and so on and so forth. Now enhancing in market access to, want to enhance the market access to South India. The ONDC network provides for the logistic providers, it provides for the warehouse providers, but at the same time we also need to establish credibility to his potential buyers in South India. And it becomes even more difficult when you want to establish credibility for international market, because this open network is going to enable international exports too. In fact, we expect that probably in the next couple of months we'll do the first enablement of the international market. Like for example, a weaver from India, Durga weaver, making Kanchipuram sarees for their local clients and also to some of the big brands, now should be visible to their international market, and not just visibility, has to feel confident, like Mustafa of Singapore or Lulu in UAE should feel comfortable to make an order on them, which will give them a better price, which would give a better price both for the seller and the buyer. So that's why I'm thankful to DNB for offering this initiative, which he announced, that he has said that he will collaborate with ONDC to give a DUNS number, which is like an identity, and more importantly, like something like DRS, etc., in a very, very attractive manner, supporting and the ONDC merchants who want to have an international presence through the open network. I mean, all these things, because an international, because of the 160-year-old, 180-year-old lineage and the name that it has established, it is going to give a lot more confidence. Like supposing one of you want to make the product visible to the international market, which you don't have yet. If you already have, then you have a reputation to fall on. But then when the potential buyers look from there and say, oh, there's a DUNS number, so they are sure about the identity. And then there is a badge, which is DRS, which is say that, okay, these people have giving them certain information which is able to help me, which will help me to take a decision on placing the, the order. So these are the kind of things. And like I said, we are trying to bring in support on processes, support on technology, support on building trust, and support on a lot of relevant information. The other day I was talking with the RBI Innovation Hub and even the account aggregator network, because we are all work on related architecture of open protocol, and which would mean that it significantly now expands the opportunity for especially small and medium enterprises, to expand their market access to within India and internationally. And that, I think, is going to be a future that is unraveling in front of us. I don't want to take too much of time, as I promised. And I'm sure that my friend in the morning given you a lot more details. And if any of you want to get more of it, there's enough information that is available. You can reach across to send a mail, and we will call you on to one of our, the business briefing and so on and so forth. But I just want to stop with one comment, that the way of supply chain and the distribution channel is undergoing a huge change. Because after we initiated this, in the last about a year plus, I had been talking to a large number of enterprises from big and small. On one side, like people like, the large FMCG companies like Unilever and etc. They realize the power it is giving them back to strengthen the traditional commerce, the small and medium enterprises, the micro, what you call the Kirana stores and so on and so forth across the country. They are also seeing the possibility of expanding the sourcing from different parts. In fact, today when I was talking to the Agriculture Ministry, they said that how can the, the FPOs now have a opportunity to sort of be visible all across. In fact, in the last few months' time, in fact, it is so surprising to see 2 months ago they joined, and they're a honey producer from some part in North India, a small FPO, and they said they've already crossed 1 lakh of turnover, which was a big thing for them, through the ONDC network across India. I mean, they have never reached a product. So these are the kind of transformation that is going to take place. And my only suggestion to all of you is keep a look, think, let your mental models break from thinking the restrictions of a platform to the opportunities of an open network. Thank you.